Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over the next Team Go Rocket takeover, introducing a new Shadow Shiny Legendary to the raids, as well as a new Shadow Pokemon in general to catch from Giovanni. And this is the reason why I was saving those candies, and boy oh boy, let's have a talk about what's going on here, as well as new Shadow Pokemon. We don't have the actual Pokemon for the Rocket leaders quite yet, but we do have information on a few new ones. So with that said, let's go ahead and see what we have going on here. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and let's hop right into this here. So Shadow Kyogre arrives in Shadow Raids, so let's go. There it is. Let's see what we have, and it will be bringing Shadow Giratina when you go up against Giovanni. Guaranteed to not have great IVs, okay? Alright, let's go ahead and see what we have going on here. Event bonuses. Team Go Rocket will be appearing more frequently at the Pokestops and in the balloons. You can use an elite chart, or you can use a regular charge TM, not an elite, regular TM to remove frustration, okay? And then Pokemon caught via 1-star raids to 3-star raids through the Shadow Raids during this event will have a wider variance of IVs, meaning they could be great, they could be horrible, they could be PvP IVs. They're not going to just sit below a particular threshold. You can get 100 for all we know. All right, so moving it on. For the first time in Pokemon Go, you might be able to catch Shiny Salandit. You know, I'm really confused about this, and this is another thing. I'm going to go on a little tangent here, just a little one. You know how I do. You know, I have to be 1 or 2 or 3 tangents per video. During the Go track, the Go Pass, right? Some people were encountering this Shiny Salandit. So this is like another error on their end. I wouldn't call it a early release for the Shiny Salandit. I think it was an actual glitch. People were getting this. People were getting Shiny Numel too before it was released. I mean, this is just the start. It's not a big deal, really. It's really not that big of an issue. As a matter of fact, it just benefits people. And I think they've done this before where they've removed Shiny. I don't know if they removed Shinies from people's accounts. But anyways, let's move it on. Shiny Salandit. Now you just need to get a female of that and you'll be good to go, right? I'm hatching all kinds of females now. But let's go ahead and move on here. Shadow Giratina. All right, so you'll be able to claim the special research until the end of Pokemon Go Delightful Days on September 2nd at 9:59 a.m. local time. All right, moving it on here. Shadow Kyogre will be returning to Pokemon Go, but this time it is going to be in Shadow Raids. Okay, folks, this is going to be pretty awesome. Shadow Giratina will be appearing in the 5-star raids from Saturday, August 16th at 6 a.m. until Sunday, August 17th at 10 p.m. local time. So you're just gonna have like a day here to do this. Technically like 2 days, since other people will be having it in their own area. I mean, it's for 2 days, right? You'll have several days to do this. So remember, remote raids are a thing, and you will be able to do it like that. You can get a shiny as well, so you can get a shiny Shadow Kyogre. Funny story, we're going to look at my Shadow inventory, what I've recently caught, and then taking a look at my Giratinas as well. But I really wanted a good Shadow Kyogre. This is right before I went to Hawaii, like about 1.5 years ago or so. And it's actually almost been 2 years, actually. Yeah, it's almost been 2 years. And I caught 2 here, and then when I was in Hawaii, in our Airbnb, it was overlooking the ocean, and I shit you not, it was like I was in some sort of fairy tale Pokemon land. You had all kinds of animals. You had whales spouting out over the ocean. I mean, it was just breathtaking. It was amazing. So I figured, all right, look, we've got all these whales around us. It would be cool to get a good Shadow Kyogre here. So I was saving my Giovanni Rocket Radars, right? And I've already done 2 at this point, 2 Kyogres, and they were both garbage. I was like, oh shit, okay, all right. And it was raining weather in the game, and apparently it doesn't really go off of raining weather when you're catching these Shadow Pokemon. But I thought, oh, maybe this is going to increase the chances of it being better IV since it's a water type. And I did it, and it turned out to be just as horrible as the other one. So I wasted 3 Giovanni Radars on trying to get a good Kyogre. So yeah, I'm hurting a little bit, but I'm learning my lesson as time goes on, and hopefully you will too. So the lesson here is everything that we're going to be getting at the from the Giovanni as we take it out is going to rotate into next time for the shadow raids. So you're better off if you get a horrible one to just save your Giovanni radar. I mean, if you really want to, then you can do whatever you want. Once your favorite legendary comes out, go crazy on Giovanni, get as many as you can. But the best thing to do is just use your one, and unfortunately just bite the bullet if you get a bad one, and wait until it comes around in a couple of months into the shadow raid, so you can do as many as you can and possibly even get a shadow, and then of course better IVs. Okay, so yeah, I've learned my lesson the hard way, and I powered up my Groudon, my Shadow Groudon, which is horrible. We'll look at that. Let's go ahead and move on here. All right, Shadow Pokemon. Team Go Rocket Grunts and their leaders, Sierra, Cliff, and Arlo, are going to be using different Shadow Pokemon. Again, we do not know what those are going to be. The following Team Go Rocket members will have these Pokemon: Shadow Staryu, Shadow Fletchling, Shadow Pikapike, and Shadow Grubbin. Okay, so Shadow Fletchling, you know, Pikapike, you know, that's going to get a community day. Fletchling already did, but Shadow Pikapike full evolution, or a Shadow Fletchling full evolution, is going to be pretty stinking good, I would have to say. Shadow Staryu into Starmie, pretty interesting, I suppose. Grubbin, couldn't find some usability there. Shadow Pokemon always are going to be interesting once they get that new Shadow form right, so we'll have to just see. But yeah, nothing too extremely crazy. Moving it on here, the following Pokemon will be appearing in these Shadow Raids. So we have 1-star raids. We have Shadow Bellsprout, Shadow Apom, Shadow Teddiursa, and Shadow Seedot. In the 3-star raids, you're going to be seeing Shadow Girafarig, which I have a couple of those. I really like that. Love Girafarig in general. Shadow Absol Astract, and then Shadow Whirlipede. All right, so you do with that what you will, okay? I already know Shadow Victory Bell is always going to be amazing with Razor Leaf, right? That's just an OP thing to use. All right, so with that said, that's what you're going to be seeing for this event. Now let's go ahead and hop into this video here. I'll go ahead and throw it up. Let's see what we have for my inventory. So these are my recently caught Shadow Pokemon, and I did recently get a shiny Shadow Lapras, another one. So I have one for the Ultra League, and I have this great IV one that I just caught too. And I have always good luck with the Shadow Gible. It's crazy. I was able to get Shadow Regice and Regirock with my first and second try. Absolutely mind-blowing. Not the best IVs, but at least I have them. Pretty cool. I have a few other things saved up here, as you can see. Look at this 98 Shadow Gabite. Obviously, it was a Gible. I'm saving it for whatever reason. I'll evolve it at some time, right? Love Shadow Pidgeot. It's one of my favorites. Shadow Conkeldurr is amazing as well. I mean, pretty much a lot of the ones I'm collecting here, I really want to invest in this Shadow Heatran, okay? Unfortunately, I did just freaking power up my other normal one, so I wasted the XL candy, so I'll have to wait. That shiny Shadow Sharpedo, mwah, chef's kiss. Now we're going to get down to my Kyogres. This is over a long time, okay? This is the Groudon that I powered up to freaking level 50. Unbelievable. Named it Eruption. Was it worth it? Yes, I still love it, okay? Yes, it sucks for the IVs. I can't even correct them, but hey, at least I did it, and it's great. These are the Kyogres. This one was caught in Kihei, Hawaii. That's where we were staying. And obviously, you can see the IVs are garbage. This Staraptor I caught at the airport, like right before I went, so I was like, all right, it's a pretty good one. I'll power it up. Screw it. I was feeling really happy, and I just spent the Stardust. Yeah. As you can see, these other Kyogres, completely garbage. All right, completely garbage. And you can't correct those IVs, so yep, stuck with those. Almost want to transfer them, but I'll hold on to them because you never know what we're going to be able to do with these things in the future. Maybe they might come out with a new Team Galactic that comes out with an invention that allows you to raise the IVs on Shadow Pokemon, because we've been having T-Rocket for years, and I'm so happy about that because they are the originals, and I don't really care for too many of the other evil groups in the Pokemon universe. Giovanni and Team Rocket are the originals, and I like it that way. But man, it would be nice to see a new, fresh gang enter in Pokemon Go for us to take out that are maybe a little bit more difficult, or they'll bring some new features for Shadow Pokemon. I'm not too sure, but that would be great. I want to show you this. Take a look at this. I've been holding on to this gift from Hawaii. This is my last one. I'm not going to get rid of it. Holding on to this damn thing for nearly 2 years, and I haven't accidentally given it to anybody yet. So I wonder when that will take place. So yeah, we'll have to see what's going to happen here. But this event's looking pretty juicy. Always going to be good seeing these Team Rocket events where you can remove frustration from your Shadow Pokemon using a regular Charge TM. And taking a look at my Giratina, seeing that we're going to be getting Shadow, let's go ahead and see what I have for my inventory on these. I have a couple of hundreds. Now, I really want to max out the altered form. I have a couple of hundreds. I have one I've been eyeing here that's level 40 already. But I've been saving for the Shadow, so hopefully this works out here. I have plenty of shinies, as you've seen. That's crazy. I even have 100 origin form as well, but I already maxed out the shiny, so I'm not going to be doing that right now because we will be getting that Shadow in the future. And Shadow origin form, ooh-wee, is going to be insane. That is going to be a raid that you don't want to miss in like a year or something like that, or I don't know, a while. Okay. That's pretty much a wrap there, folks. What are the highlights of this event? We don't know what the Rocket leaders are going to have right now, Cliff, Sierra, and Arlo, so we'll have to see on that. But as far as everything else, obviously make sure you remove frustration on the Shadow Pokemon that you want. Make sure you do go up against Giovanni. If you don't want Giratina Shadow and you want to save your Super Rocket Radar, by all means, be my guest, okay? You do what you got to do. I'm personally going to do it. I still have 2 right now, so I'll be able to have 3, and then I'll get the Giratina, and then I'll have 2 again. So yeah, we'll be back up stacking these things. The Reggies were definitely one you could have skipped. Aside from that, what are the Shadow Pokemon that they're releasing that are looking great? I don't think there's anything too crazy. As far as the new Shadow Staryu, Fletchling, Pikapike, and Grubbin, I think Fletchling into Talonflame is going to be probably the best one that we're looking at here, okay? You know, Pikapike all the way evolved up is an interesting Pokemon. It can be pretty spammy as a Shadow. That is going to be actually very interesting, so we'll have to see. Grubbin, Charge-a-Bug, could be a pretty awesome Pokemon there if you're going up against something that does, if you do resist their moves, and you'll just be doing like some sort of crazy damage to them. But yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much all we have to say and look at for now. But Shadow Giratina is going to be amazing because 1, it's already a tank, and 2, now its attack's going to be up, so it's going to be able to still take hits and now dish out even more damage. It does have a legacy move, Shadow Force, so you will have to use an elite charge TM to get that move if that's something you're interested in. It's basically the Ghost Nuke move, so now it's going to be doing even more, and you'll have even more to worry about if somebody's using it as Shadow. And this is honestly one of the best looking Pokemon to be Shadow. Can't wait till they come out with it in raids for the next rotation. With that said, if you can give this video a thumbs up, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.